Summary of John Adair's 100 Greatest Ideas for Effective Leadership and Management. By John Adair. Ideas for organizing your work and your time. Keep a tight rein on meetings. Don't go to unnecessary meetings and don't spend more time in meetings than you must. Be clear about a meeting's purpose, what will happen if it doesn't take place, and who must attend. To organize your work and your time. Meet in other people's offices so you can leave. Then you control when the meeting ends. When people drop by your office, stand up to talk. Don't invite them to sit down. Check your watch, state how much time you have for the meeting or conversation. Stick to the subject and don't go off on tangents. Be pleasantly but firmly disciplined. Classify and prioritize paperwork, and only handle any piece of paper once. Skim unless you have to read. Become a clean desk person. Only have one job underway at a time. Write simply and clearly, and get to the point. Plan your phone calls. Time management is a matter of knowing what you want to accomplish and focusing on what you need and want to achieve. Identify goals and make plans. Set priorities and stick to them. Organize your work. Take care of your health and minimize stress. Get enough sleep and exercise, and take time off to think. Don't procrastinate. Train your staff so you can delegate. Audit your time so you will know how you are spending it. Ideas for understanding leadership. Effective leadership means addressing the demands of the job, the needs of the group as a whole, and the needs of the individuals in the group. You should also know that leadership is a function of three things: the leader, the circumstances, and the people involved. The functional dimension of leadership involves defining the job, planning the work, briefing the people, monitoring, evaluating progress, keeping people motivated, and giving an example. Leaders must be able to initiate a job and to persevere efficiently, truthfully, confidently, industriously, boldly, and modestly. Therefore, leaders must be tactful, compassionate, consistent, humble, honest, and fair. Ideas for leading. Decision-making ability, leadership, and integrity are the top three characteristics of a successful chief executive, but all leaders must be able to inspire team members. To be a leader, first define the job at hand. Be very clear and specific about what needs to be done and when. Set realistic but challenging expectations. Make sure that all the steps and goals you outline can be measured and monitored. Then, plan, prepare, and motivate, using these ideas. Be prepared. For good performance, plan and prepare properly. Call in experts for advice when you need it. Brief your people to keep them informed and motivated. Steer with loose reins. Give your people enough autonomy to work, but keep enough control to make sure they don't pull in contradictory directions. Focus on the consequences of actions so that you can evaluate performance, offer training to people who need it, and make judgments about employees' abilities. You can't give what you don't have. To motivate others, first motivate yourself. One of the best motivators is success. Recognize and reward it. Organize yourself so that you can organize others. Lead by example. Don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. Treat your people as you'd like them to treat each other. Admit it when you make a mistake and be generous in your praise of others. Do you have what it takes to lead? Examine your leadership conscience. Identify any shortcomings and make a plan to overcome or remedy them. Ideas for setting goals. Take an inventory of yourself. Identify your strengths and skills, your values, the kind of work you'd like to do, the kind of work or circumstances you don't like, and so on. Write your obituary and read it. Is that the person you are, or want to be? Then, set 3 levels of goals for your life, for the next 5 years and for the next year. Shorter-term goals should serve longer-term goals. Set similar goals for your career and for your business. Identify where your business or career is now and determine where you want it to be. Ideas for making decisions. To make sharp decisions, you must be able to see the goal clearly. Collect any needed data and identify possible actions. Evaluate each alternative, choose one, try it and test it. Also, think effectively. To make good decisions, work from the facts as they are and understand your options. Think positively. Everything is possible and every job can be accomplished. The ability to make good decisions is the key to effective management. Management is about deciding what work needs to be done and deciding how to do it. Make the best decision, not the easiest or most popular decision. Beware of compromise that subtracts from quality. Use analysis to identify the causes of problems, the stakes and the effects of action, but do not allow yourself to suffer paralysis by analysis. Think logically and base your inferences and deductions on the facts. Analysis is not the totality of decision-making. Synthesis is also important. Synthesis means seeing the big picture and the relationships among the elements. Rank your available options in terms of necessity, feasibility, and preference. Be imaginative. Try to envision scenarios. Let your philosophy and ideas guide you. Consider your values, why you are in business, and your business strengths and vulnerabilities. Trust your hunches. Don't be whipped around by them, but don't dismiss them either. Be creative. Think new ways. Evaluate and make judgments about things and people. Learn who will tell you the truth and who just says what you want to hear. Value the eccentrics who blurt out the uncomfortable truth. Ideas for building teams. As you create working teams, remember that people respond well to trust and respect. They value responsibility and usually work best with some degree of autonomy. Make sure everyone understands the team's job, responsibilities, plans, conditions, resources, and goals. If you, the leader, do not understand something, make sure you clarify it. Then, do not leave your people in the dark, under-equipped, or without an example. Make sure you have the right people on your team, and that they have clearly understood equitable standards to work toward. Make performance reviews regular, frank, and fair. Welcome advice and address grievances promptly. Make sure every individual on the team knows what goal he or she is working for and how his or her work affects others on the team. Teams have their own internal dynamic. Watch out for the formation of cliques. Ideas for creating and innovating. Start by overcoming the biggest obstacles to creativity: pessimism, fear, inadequate time for thought, obsession with rules, easy assumptions, excess logic, and the refusal to believe that you are, indeed, creative. After that, look at the bigger picture. Get ideas from unaccustomed sources. Be alert to coincidences and inspirations. Think by analogy. Put habitual judgments away and try to see old things in new ways. The 4 phases of creation are preparation, germination, inspiration, and experimentation. Every organization needs people who conceive new ideas, and those who make them work, make them commercial, risk bringing them to market, change the organization accordingly, champion innovation and shepherd, protect and mentor innovators. Creative people respond well to recognition, autonomy, interaction with creative colleagues, challenge, and a workplace that tolerates mistakes as the price of success. To encourage creativity, recognize good ideas, brainstorm with the team, allow conflicts to happen, and make sure everyone gets to exercise his or her skill. Communicate the importance of creativity. Make sure that new ideas do not meet an indifferent or hostile reception, that is, ridicule, condemnation, rejection, and faint praise. Creative organizations have top executive commitment to creativity. They are flexible, non-bureaucratic, risk-tolerant, team-oriented, and characterized by open channels of communication. Develop an active internal market for new ideas in your organization. Ideas can come from customers, suppliers, employees, contractors, and more. Recognize and reward ideas, but test them on the basis of necessity, practicality, and commercial feasibility. Replace blame-storming with brainstorming. Ideas for getting the most from your people. Don't think merely in terms of reward and punishment. Think in terms of motivation and encouragement. Half of a person's motivation comes from within, but the rest comes from the environment and circumstances. The leader is tremendously important and should also remember Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Usually, once a person has satisfied a lower order need, the most effective motivation is often satisfaction of a higher order need. According to the theory Y management concept, organizations have a vast unexploited reserve of intelligence and creativity. Good leaders can tap this wealth. Offer people a challenge, respect them, and give them room to work. Hire people who get their thrills from a job well done, not just from cash or benefits. Be enthusiastic, committed, energetic, and honest if you want your people to be. Treat each person as a unique individual. Be sensitive to individual needs and wants. Ideas for communicating. Listening is an important part of good communication. Hear what people are saying, not what you expect them to say. Interpret and evaluate what they tell you. Usually people say more than words express, think, and after reflection, make an appropriate response. Also, effective speakers are clear, simple, colorful, natural, relaxed, brief, and well prepared. Before giving a presentation, think about the message, the audience, and the space. Prepare your presentation and rehearse it until you have it down pat. Then, relax and feel at ease to improvise.